Hello everyone and welcome on back to the channel. Thank you as always for being here, for joining me on the channel here. You're asking yourself before we get anywhere, why am I wearing a jacket? It's because this room is cold right now. And it's cold enough that I'd rather just wear a jacket while I'm in here. I know. Yep. Could I turn the heat up in the house? Of course. But I also kind of like it cold, so like I'm having a great time. Okay, so we're listening to Tom Waits today. We're going to listen to his song, I Hope That I Don't Fall in Love With You. This is off of his debut album, excuse me, Closing Time, which was released in 1973. We've listened to Rain Dogs, a song here or there besides that. And I was listening to Rain Dogs just a little bit ago, and I said I want to listen to more Tom Waits. And I was curious as to what his most popular track was. So I'm purely choosing this because it was the most streamed song from Mr. Waits, and I would like to hear what his most popular, well-known song sounds like. So let's go ahead and put on the headphones. This being his debut album, I expect it to be different in some ways than perhaps Rain Dogs. We'll find out shortly. Let's go ahead and give it a listen. We'll talk about it after. Here we go.
2, 3, 4. Well, I hope that I don't fall in love with you. Falling in love just makes me blue. Well, the music plays and you display your heart for me to see. I had a beer and now I hear you calling out for me.
Man, does this match right now.
And I hope that I don't fall in love with you. Well, the room is crowded, people everywhere. And I wonder, should I offer you a chair? Well, if you sit down with this old clown, take that frown and break it before the evening's gone away. I think that we can make it. And I hope that I don't fall in love with you. Well, the night does funny things inside a man. These old tomcat feelings you don't understand. Well, I turn around to look at you. You light a cigarette. I wish I had the guts to bum one, but we've never met. And I hope that I don't fall in love with you. I can see that you are lonesome just like me. And it being late, you'd like some company. Well, I turn around to look at you, and you look back at me. The guy you're with, he's up and split. The chair next to you's free.
Opportunity opens up.
And I hope you don't fall in love with me. Now it's closing time. The music's fading out. Last coffee drinks, I'll have another stout. Well, I turn around to look at you. Nowhere to be found. Search the place for your lost face, 'cause I'll have another round. And I think that I just fell
You know what this song is? This song is a misconnection. This song is that moment. And listen, we've all had that moment, okay? You have that moment of a missed opportunity. You may not realize it was a missed opportunity at the moment. You may not even dwell on it for a moment or two. You pass it off as coincidence or okay, things happen, whatever, move on with your life. And then in the middle of the night, 8 years later, something snaps in your mind and you say, "Oh, that's what Oh, that's what I should have done." That moment comes back to haunt you at a random time, and the time has passed years and years later. That is the definition of a misconnection. I'll tell you immediately, the atmosphere of this track perfectly matches this cold room, this hot cup of coffee, this warmth, this coldness. You find warmth, and then it's back to coldness that we get in the emotional journey here. That's good. This being his debut album, Waits is singing in a lot less of a raspy, growly, more conventional kind of way here, which I find refreshing in this particular case. It's nice to hear a slightly different side of him. And of course, this is being where he started from. The guitar playing had a nice twang to it. It sounded like there was two guitars that were playing, rhythm and lead. And then every once in a while, you would have little moments of something else underneath the guitar playing, which I'm not quite sure what it was. I would imagine some sort of key-based instrument, but I can't say for sure. But it just added a little bit of like light into the music in the darkened corners of the bar that the album cover perfectly puts us in alongside of this song and alongside of Tom, who was just not having any look at this particular moment in time. Well, I hope that I don't fall in love with you, because falling in love just makes me blue. While the music plays and you display your heart for me to see, I had a beer and now I hear you calling out for me. I hope that I don't fall in love with you. Well, the room is crowded, people everywhere, and I wonder, should I offer you a chair? Well, if you sit down with this old clown, take that frown and break it. Before the evening's gone away, I think that we can make it, and I hope that I don't fall in love with you. So throughout this whole song, at least in the beginning, he's saying, if I offer you a chair, if you come up next to me, if we start talking, I hope you don't fall in love with me. You could view that in a bunch of different ways. You could view that as, I hope you don't fall in love with me because maybe he's self-deprecating and he's looking down on himself like I'm not worthy of you. Could be don't fall in love with me because I love you already. Like he's smitten with this person and he's like, we're going to run off into the sunset. It's going to be this whole thing. Like there's so many ways you can take just that simple statement. Well, the night does funny things inside a man. These old tomcat feelings you don't understand. Well, I turn around to look at you. You light a cigarette. I wish I had the guts to bum one, but we've never met. And I hope that I don't fall in love with you. I wish I had the bravery to approach you in some way. I can see that you're lonesome just like me. And it being late, you'd like some company. While I turn around to look at you and you look back at me, the guy you're with, he's up and split. The chair next to you is free. And I hope that you don't fall in love with me. Now there's an opportunity. The empty chair. You could so easily swoop in there, sweep in there like an eagle. Now it's closing time. The music's fading out. Last call for drinks. I'll have another stout. While I turn around to look at you, you're nowhere to be found. I searched the place for your lost face. Guess I'll have another round. And I think I just fell in love with you. There's the change in the last line. If he didn't call for that extra drink, if he didn't call for that extra stout, maybe instead of calling for a drink, he should have moseyed his way over there and perhaps approached this person. But now, they're gone, opportunities missed, and several years later, this moment will come back to haunt you. Anyways, nice track. Let me know what you guys thought of it in the comments below. You can follow me over on Twitter. You can support the channel on Patreon. Thank you so much for being here. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.